After taking the turn towards this magnificent temple, there is this road which runs through a forestry region, which many species of birds and creatures makes it their home.
Crested serpent eagle is a common breeding resident of forests and wooded areas throughout the island. It frequently uttering its loud ringing call. As its name implies, crested serpent eagle feeds mainly on snakes. Pale-billed flowerpecker is the smallest bird of the island which frequents the canopy of tall trees and garden. Laird's parakeet is a locally common endemic parrot inhabiting forests and well-wooded areas in the wet lowlands to mid-hills and foothills of the dry lowlands. However, its main habitat is in the hills from their bases to about 1,500 above sea level. It lives as pairs or as small flocks. Bar-winged flycatcher shrike is an uncommon breeding resident inhabiting forest and well-wooded areas of all climatic zones. It keeps in pairs or groups and often goes with bird waves of many species. Scalar-breasted munia is a very common resident bird of grasslands, gardens, and paddy fields throughout the island. It lives as flocks of about 10 birds and feeds on grass, seeds and paddy. Thorny trees like lime or orange and sometime areca palm flowers are much favored nesting sites. Oriental white-eye is common resident bird of forests, well-wooded gardens and cultivations of lowlands to hills about 1,200 meters in wet zone and 1,800 meters in the drier Uva hills. Fly from tree to tree in search of its food, which mainly consists of nectar, insects, caterpillars and berries. Compared to its cousin, which is the endemic Sri Lankan white-eye, this bird is much smaller and lives in much lower zones. chestnut-headed bee-eater, rather local breeding resident than uncommon, found in forests and open areas with trees from lowlands to mid-hills. It lives as pairs or small flocks. Its food consists mainly of flying insects. It dig a burrow into an earth bank with the end enlarged into a spherical chamber and lays 3 to 4 eggs during March to May. Indian robin is a common breeding resident of drier open areas of the dry zone, while rare and local in the wet zone up to mid-hills. It prefers gardens, cultivation, and scrub lands and avoids heavy forest areas. Indian robin lives as pairs and feeds actively on ground in searching insects. Yellow-fronted barbet, common breeding resident bird which commonly heard than it is seen. Yellow-fronted barbet feeds mainly on fruits. This golden-fronted leafbird is actively searching for its next potential prey, which it mainly feeds on insects hiding under leaves. The crimson-fronted barbet, which is a common breeding resident, and it is the smallest of all barbets living in Sri Lanka and is an endemic bird to the island. Brown shrike is a migrant to the island. While its stay in Sri Lanka, it feeds on insects like grasshoppers, beetles. Brown shrike breeds in Central Asian region and Philippine in Eastern Asia. Long-billed sunbird is a very common bird of all climatic zones of the island, while getting less common in higher hills. They found only in peninsular India and Sri Lanka. This is a black eagle, a rather uncommon breeding resident inhabiting forests and nearby open areas from wet lowlands to hills, while becoming fairly commonest in the higher hills. Also occurs locally in isolated forested hills such as Ritigala in the dry lowlands. It is usually a silent bird. Looks like this tree provides plenty for this group of Sri Lankan hanging parrots. Ultimately we reached this beautiful temple which lies in the hill and still under construction.